Recently, I've learned these terms called technological and digital literacy. At first, I thought they both meant having the skills to use the internet, like Cindy Self suggests as her first definition of technological literacy. However, technological literacy, according to Self, is also the act of reading, writing, and communicating within computer-based environments, all of which have come to be socially identified as literal activities. These are the skills that help people become digitally literate. I knew that having the skills and knowledge to use an electronic was important, but I did not realize how much of our human interaction digital literacy controlled. We communicate online through social media daily. Participatory power was something else I found that relates to digital literacy. We are a participatory culture thanks to digital literacy. Participating in charts, surveys, and sharing ideas online are considered having participatory power. Ringgold states in participatory power, knowing how to blog, tweet, wiki, search, and/or organize online can lead to political, cultural, and economical value. Digital literacy allows people to share their thoughts. We now have a way to speak across oceans, create new things, and connect to one another easier. Digital literacy created a new way to communicate, allowing our participatory culture to exist. Digital literacy and participatory power let people express themselves in ways they may not have been able to in the past. Henry Jenkins states in Confronting the Challenges of Participatory Culture, historically, we value creative writing or art classes not only because they help to identify and train future writers and artists, but also because the creative process is valuable on its own. Every child deserves the chance to express himself or herself through words, sounds, and images, even if most will never write, perform, or draw professionally. Thanks to our current culture, self-expression is no longer frowned upon or suppressed. Remix and memes are other ways to self-express. Remix sounded self-explanatory, but I did not know that basically everything is a remix. Kirby Ferguson explains that everything is influenced by something else. Until I watched Remix, I guess I thought everything was an original, even though in the back of my mind that did not seem true because people copy other people all of the time. Memes are basically a type of remix. Richard Dawkins states that a meme was a Greek word that he shortened to meme to sound like Gene. He explained that memes are imitations or copies. Before reading Dawkins' article, I did not know that a meme was so simple. I always thought they were pictures that people added silly words to make fun of something. I had no idea wearing a scarf was a meme. It makes sense now, though, considering it is not an original idea. I did not invent the idea of wearing a scarf. Cindy Self also made the comment that digital literacy helps social groups form online. Self-expression is shared in these online groups, forming communities and support around the art that is shared. Twitter is a good example of an online community. The social media platform is a way to voice individual opinions, but also help those individuals connect and feel like they are part of something. The user can follow others, friends, artists, TV shows, companies, etc. Many people use Twitter to tweet about TV shows. Brim explains a new form of personal communication that when people gather online to talk about a television show, they are a mass communication audience, but the communication they have with one another is both interpersonal, directed to an individual within the group, and massive, available for anyone to read. I learned to participate in our culture this semester through Twitter and WordPress. I had never used Twitter or WordPress before. I was always an observer until now. At first, I was against using my digital literacy to gain participatory power and express myself. I was worried that no one would listen to my ideas and opinions. However, I now know that just because the majority may not be interested in the same thing, there is always a minority that thinks your ideas are cool. There are over 1 billion people on this planet. Someone will understand. Digital literacy gives people the skills and knowledge to reach that person across the ocean and connect to them. However, even with the positive side to digital literacy and participatory power, there is still an ugly negative side. It is still possible to have problems online even if you are digitally literate. Clay Sharkey gives a good example of this issue in his video called Web 2.0. He explains how one of his friends is very digitally literate but still has issues with Facebook privacy settings and was embarrassed online. The example made me laugh and grin because I can completely relate. I think everyone can. Just because people have the knowledge and skills to use technology does not mean that using social media is easy. Sometimes being digitally literate can be evil. Some people use their skills and knowledge to online shame other people. This is a lesson most learn, but normally in a much worse way. For example, Justine Sacco posted a tweet that was meant to be a joke, but was taken too far. Thanks to the rapid speed of social media, people all around the world saw her racist tweet. Social media destroyed Sacco's life. It was used to publicly shame her. Her company saw the tweet and she lost her job. She was slandered all over social media. Participatory power can be used for good and evil. This is not always the use of our participatory culture. but it is out there more than we think. I personally learned the sad lesson that participatory culture can be abused. I expressed WordPress and running a blog for the first time this semester. Honestly, I really enjoyed it until I was hacked. Someone abused their digitally literate skills and knowledge and broke into my blog and changed my username and password for a weekend. It was thankfully fixed by other skilled, digitally literate people who used their participatory power for good. However, it was a horrible feeling, waiting and wondering if I had lost all of the posts I had worked so hard to create and share. It made me sad and angry to think that someone could possibly erase or take credit for my work and thoughts. It helped me to understand the importance of copyright. I did not want someone else to take credit for my work. After I gained control of my blog again, I wish there was a way to copyright my blog so no one could call my ideas their own. When someone works hard on something, it is not okay for someone else to steal it. Regardless if digital literacy skills and knowledge are used for good or bad, they are important to have. Accept it or not, technology is the present and the future. The skills will be necessary to succeed and most likely survive. More times than not, having a participatory culture is a wonderful thing. Digital literacy makes us united as a world instead of just faraway countries.